Hi everyone, I'm Chrissy from Fit to Shine Studio, and you're here in my home tonight for a virtual yoga class that you can do in your home. We're going to start today on our backs in either a restorative bridge pose, or if you do not have a block or a pillow handy, just laying in a shavasana. So options to lay down flat onto the mat, or plant your feet into the mat and lift your hips up towards the sky. Take the block and go ahead and place it underneath of your sacrum. Now, as I always say, this is your yoga. So if you have another place that you want to be right now, find it. Be there. Close your eyes. Settle into the room. Stay here. Find your breath. Allow the air to enter and leave your body. We're going to stay here for a few more moments to allow everyone to come into the room. So if you're already there, take your time, find your place, stay there, close your eyes, and just breathe. Feeling your inhales and your exhales grow in length. Allowing your inhales to be the same length as your exhales. Really focused on feeling the breath enter and leave the body. Making each moment, each second count. Time. It's a gift. A moment. And then it's gone. How many times do we focus on fast forwarding time? Hoping for a meeting to end. Excited about a vacation. Rushing through breakfast. Pushing our kids out the door to school. Honking the horn to move traffic. But in that moment, what did we miss? Today, I encourage you to stay present in this moment. Don't try to change it. Be in this moment. Don't try to fast forward it. Enjoy each and every second. Don't worry about the outcome. Just embrace this moment. Feeling the air enter and leave the body. If you have that block underneath of you, begin to press into your feet. Lift your hips up towards the sky and release that block out from underneath of you. Lower back down to the mat. We're going to start by focusing on our core, of course. And I want you just to flatten your heels onto the mat and stretch your legs out. Begin to take your hands down by your side or place your thumbs underneath of your bum here. Press your shoulders down and back and activate the core. Press the belly button in towards the spine, up towards the ribs, and press that lower back into the mat. Activate the legs, squeeze. On your inhale, you're going to lift your legs up to a hover. Find your breath. Not fast forwarding this moment. making it count. Slowly lowering back down. Find your breath and just breathe. Activate the lower belly. Lift the legs back up to a hover. Now, the higher you lift them, the less strenuous this is on your body. So the lower you hover your legs, the harder, right? Good. On your inhale, lift them up a little higher. Maybe a little more. Reach your fingers up towards the sky. Your feet are tilted more so that your toes are reaching towards the front corner of the room. Good. You can bend in your knees here if you choose, or keep your toes pointing towards that front corner. We're going to slowly lift our shoulders and our head up off the mat. And then we're coming up to a boat pose. So I want you to begin to reach your fingers up towards your toes or up towards your knees, opening up, lifting up. Open up your chest here and breathe. Maybe you want to point one toe up towards the wall. Maybe the other. Maybe you want to grab the backs of your thighs and open up the chest. Taking this moment, being where you are, not fast forwarding it. Sorry. Bending in the knees. Planting your hands onto the mat in front of you. You're just going to find your way to a comfortable seat. So coming up to a comfortable seat, I want you to inhale, sweep your arms up towards the sky, find length. And on your exhale, I want you to take that right hand and place it behind your spine. Take the left hand and place it on your right thigh. Find length in your torso. Lift the crown of the head up towards the sky and begin to twist towards the right side. Inhale, find length. Exhale, twist. Good. You can take that gaze to that right shoulder if you choose. Finding your breath. Honoring your body. Enjoying this moment. Inhale, come back to center. Inhale, reach up. Begin to take that left hand behind the spine. Take the right hand to the left thigh. Open up the chest. Lift the crown of the head up and twist. You can begin to take that gaze over to that left shoulder. On your inhale, finding length. On your exhale, maybe twisting a bit more. Finding your breath. Just breathing. Slowly coming back to center. Maybe reaching your hands up one more time. And then just begin to hinge at the waist and just fold forward. Maybe lower your forehead down to the mat. Maybe your elbows come down to the mat. Maybe you're here. What feels good to you? And then slowly begin to rise back up. Plant your hands onto the mat and find your way to a tabletop pose. Good. Once you get there, maybe you want to shift your hips from side to side. Activate the lower belly. Press the shoulders away from the ears here. Good. Open up the hands. Open up the fingers. Good. On your inhale, find your cow pose. You're going to drag your chest towards the front of the room and lift your tailbone up towards the sky. Look up. Exhale, find your cat pose. So your chin's going to go in towards your chest and your shoulder blades are going to press up towards the sky. Inhale to cow. Exhale to cat. Taking 3 more of these on your breath. On your third one, find your way to a neutral spine. Good. Curl the toes under. Walk your hands forward 1 inch and just begin to hover your knees up off the mat. Good. And here you're just going to find your cat-cow again. So you're inhaling, dragging your chest forward, lifting your tailbone. Exhale, bring your chin in towards your chest. Good. Tuck the tailbone. Inhale, lift. Exhale, shoulder blades press up. Chin goes towards chest. 3 more of these. Inhale. Exhale, find your breath. Find the last 2. Find your movement to your breath. When you're finished here, press your belly towards your thighs. Curl the toes under. Press the fingers into the mat, the palm into the mat. Reach those fingers forward. Straighten the legs, downward facing dog. Now, if you want to pedal your feet out here, bending in one knee, pressing the heel of the other into the mat. Good. Lifting one heel, pressing the other one towards the mat. Or maybe you want to shift your hips from side to side here. Your yoga. Do you today? Good. When you're ready, find stillness. Soften your knees. Look forward. You can step, you can walk, or you can float to the top of the mat. Once you get there, find your half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Sweep your arms out, up, overhead, lift up, look up. Allow your palms to touch. Hands drag down to heart center. And then down by your side. Close your eyes for a moment and find your breath. Good. Just breathing. Good. Allow your heels to sink into the mat. Maybe you rock forward and back onto your heels here. So just shifting forward and back, forward and back. And then find stillness. On your inhale, sweep your arms up. On your exhale, hinge at the waist, fold into your legs. Inhale, find your half lift. Plant your hands and step back into your high plank pose. Good. Shift forward. Lower down chaturanga. Press up, upward facing dog. Press back, downward facing dog. Find 3 breaths here. Soften your knees. Look forward. Step, walk, or float to the top of your mat. Once you get there, find your half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Sweep your arms out, up, overhead, lift up, look up. Allow your palms to touch. Hands drag down to heart center and down by your side. On your inhale, I want you to sweep your arms up to frame your ears and then begin to sit down into your chair. So bend in the knees and sit down as if you were sitting into a tiny chair. Look down at your toes. Can you see them? If not, shift back into the weight back into the heels a bit more. Exhale, fold into your legs. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step back into your high plank pose. Good. If you want a vinyasa here, so you can lower down chaturanga, press up, upward facing dog, press back, downward facing dog. Allow the right foot to rise up. Allow the right foot to step through in between your hands. And then begin to drop the back knee down to the mat. Uncurl the toes and begin to sweep your arms up to frame your ears. Begin to allow your palms to touch here. Shift that right cheek towards the back of the room, the butt cheek that is. And slowly take your palms to heart center. Slowly begin to turn, twist towards the right side of the room. Drop the left elbow to the right thigh, opening up the chest so the palms of the hands are right at heart center. Activate the core. Breathe. Maybe you take the gaze towards the back of the room. Slowly unwind. Sweep your arms up to frame your ears. We're going to plant our hands to frame that right foot. Straighten in that front leg. Press the hips towards the back of the room. Find your half split. Now, if you have blocks handy here, now is a great time for them. If not, just rise up onto the fingertips of your hands and tent those hands and do your yoga. Close your eyes for a moment. Allow time to settle in and just be. Take one more big breath. Bend in the knee. Begin to sweep your arms up to frame your ears. Open up the chest. Relax in the shoulders. Good. Hands begin to frame the right foot. Curl the back toes under to lift the back knee up off the mat. Press into the hands and step the right foot back to meet the left. You can vinyasa here if you choose, or you can press straight to downward facing dog. Allow the left foot to rise up. Allow the left foot to step through in between your hands. Drop the back knee down to the mat. Begin to sweep your arms up to frame your ears. Good breathing here. Good. Begin to take your palms to touch. Begin to press the palms towards heart center. And then begin to twist towards the left side of your mat. Good. Drop the right elbow to the outside of the left thigh. Begin to use that right elbow to press the palms towards heart center. Activate the core. And slowly begin to turn that gaze towards that left shoulder. Find your breath. Find your moment. Nothing to change here. Nothing to rush. Just be. Slowly rising up, unwind. Begin to sweep your arms up to frame your ears. Plant the hands to frame the left foot. Straighten in the left leg. Press the hips towards the back of the room. Find your half split. Find 5 big, beautiful breaths here. Bend in the knee. Begin to sweep your arms up one last time. Open up the chest. Hands begin to frame the left foot. Curl the back toes under. Lift the back knee. Step the left foot back to meet the right. Vinyasa here if you choose. So lower down, chaturanga. Press the toenails into the mat. Lift the chest. Press up, upward facing dog. Uncurl the toes. Press back, downward facing dog. Find your breath. Close your eyes for a moment. Settle in. Soften your knees. Look forward. On your next exhale, you can step, walk, or float to the top of your mat. Once you get there, find your half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Sweep your arms out, up, overhead. Lift up. Look up. Allow your palms to touch. Hands drag down to heart center and down by your side. Good. Inhale, sweep your arms up to frame your ears and then begin to sit down into your chair. Exhale, fold into your legs. Relax the head and the neck here. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step back into your high plank pose. Lower down to your chaturanga. Press up, upward facing dog. Press back, downward facing dog. This time, allow the right foot to rise up. Good. Allow the right foot to step through in between your hands. Keep the back knee lifted. Anchor into the ball of that back foot. Press into that back leg. Reach your fingers towards the mat. Activate the core. Now you can take your right hand to your thigh and then your left, or you can just begin to sweep your arms up to frame your ears. Options. Breathing. Allow your palms to touch at heart center. Good. And then we're just going to shift our gaze towards the right side of the mat by twisting in the torso, activating the core, and slowly twisting towards the right side. You can drop that left elbow to the right thigh here if you choose, opening up. Pressing into the back heel, activating that back leg. Staying here for 5 breaths. Slowly rising back up. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Straighten in the front leg. Plant the back heel onto the mat. Exhale, hinge at the waist. And just begin to fold into that right leg. Anchoring that back heel into mat. Shifting that right hip towards the back of the room. Bend in the front knee and begin to sweep your arms up to frame your ears. Finding your warrior one. Hands begin to frame the right foot. Step the right foot back to meet your left. You can do a vinyasa here if you choose, or you can press straight to downward facing dog. Enjoy your breath. Good. Soften your knees. Look forward. Actually, I lied. Stay here. Allow the left foot to rise up. Allow the left foot to step through in between your hands. Good. Rise up onto your fingertips. Activate the core. Lift the lower belly here. You can begin to sweep your arms up to frame your ears. Allow your palms to touch. Allow your hands to drag down the heart center. Activate the core. Press that left cheek towards the back of the room and internally rotate that right leg to squeeze those inner thighs towards each other. And then begin to twist your body towards the left side of the room. Good. Activating that back leg. Drop the right elbow to the outside of the left thigh. Good. Press the right elbow into the thigh as you open up. Breathing. Slowly unwinding. Reaching your fingers up, straightening in that front leg, stepping the right foot forward, maybe one step. Good straightening in the front leg. Hinge at the waist and fold into your legs. Staying here for 5 beautiful breaths. Talking and practicing is not my favorite thing. I don't know how our cyclists do that. Good. Bend in the front knee. Begin to sweep your arms up to frame your ears, coming up into your warrior one. Find your breath. Settle in. Breathing. Hands begin to frame the left foot. Step the left back to meet the right. Vinyasa here if you choose, or press straight to downward facing dog. Even better, bend the knees. Shift the hips back towards the heels. Find your child's pose here. Find your breath. Find your water bottle. What do you need? When you're ready, on your time, meet me in downward facing dog. Curl the toes under, lift the hips up towards the sky. Soften your knees and look forward. You can step, you can walk, you can float to the top of your mat. Once you get there, find your half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Keep your arms out, up, overhead. Lift up, look up. Allow your palms to touch. Hands drag down to heart center. And then down by your side. Find your breath. Find your mat. Just be. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale, fold. Plant your hands onto the mat if you choose and begin to heel toe your feet apart. A mat's width distance. So I'm going to show you so you can see. So we're heel toed apart, bending forward, bend in the knees, shift your bum towards the ground. Press your elbows in towards your thighs and lift your chest up. And breathe. Releasing any tension in the hips. Maybe you want to shift side to side here because it feels good. Maybe you want stillness. If you have a block handy and this is a god-awful pose for you, you're not alone. Take a block and place it underneath your bum and have a seat. All of a sudden, you're chilling, breathing. Take 2 more breaths here. Make them worth it. Good. Plant your hands onto the mat. Shift your hips up towards the sky and then begin to fold into your legs. Allow your body to hang here. Maybe you want to grab opposite elbows. Maybe you just want to let your hands hang onto the ground. Or maybe you're here. Bend in the knees a bit more. Allow the belly to lay on the thighs and lift up. When you're ready, plant your hands. Heel toe those feet towards each other. Find your half lift. Fingertips go to the shin. Crown of the head reaches. Good. Plant your hands and step back into your high plank pose. Good. Take that right hand to the center of the mat. Good. Press into that right hand and begin to slowly roll into the outside of the right foot and then the inside of the left. Good. Press into that right hand and reach the left hand up towards the sky. Good. Option to drop the back knee, the bottom knee, and lift the left foot up. Good. Breathing. Strengthening our core. Slowly lower the left hand down to the mat. Shift your weight forward. Chaturanga. Press up, upward facing dog. Press back, downward facing dog. Allow your right foot to rise up. Allow your right foot to step through in between your hands. Good. Begin to reach your arms up towards the sky, coming into your high crescent lunge. Begin to drag your hands down to heart center. And slowly shift that weight towards the right side of the room. Shift your torso towards the right side of the room. Drop the left elbow to the outside of the right thigh and open up. Activating that back leg, pressing that back heel towards the back of the room. Squeezing those bottom cheeks towards each other. Slowly begin to unwind. Good. Sweep your arms up. Straighten in the front leg. Step the left foot forward one time. Drop the back heel down to the mat. On your exhale, fold into your legs. Allow your head to rest heavy. Release the tension from your lower back. Press that right cheek towards the back of the room. Bend in the front knee. Press the back heel into the mat. And begin to sweep your arms up to frame your ears. Take your hands and place them on your hips. Begin to turn all 10 toes towards the left side of the mat. And then I want you to take your hands out to a T and begin to heel toe your feet apart so that your heels or your ankles are lined up with your wrist here. Place your hands on the hips. Shift your tailbone down towards the mat. Lift your chest up towards the sky. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold forward. Hinge at the waist, fold forward. Allow your hands to dangle here or begin to place them onto the mat. So your fingers are going to be pressing towards in front of you as if you were in a chaturanga pose. You're bend at the elbows. Shift the weight into the balls of your feet. Walk your hands back if you choose to line up with your feet. Relaxing your head and neck. If you have a headstand practice, you can play here. We're going to stay here for 10 breaths. Five more breaths here. Release the tension. 3 more. Enjoy the moment. Slowly begin to walk your hands forward to line up with your shoulders. Take the right hand to the hip and then the left. Reach the crown of the head towards the wall in front of you. Good. Lift up. Exhale all the air out of your body. On your inhale, begin to rise back up. Good. Take the left toes and pigeon them in just a little. Maybe press the left heel towards the back of your mat. Take the right toes and turn the right toes towards the front of the mat. Bend in the knee. Take your hands to your hips. Open the shoulders up. Good. To face the left side of your mat. Good. So your hips are stacked over top of your shoulders. You're bending in the knee, and that right knee is going to press towards the pinky toe of the right foot. Good. Take your hands to heart center. Press the palms down towards the ground and splay the elbows out. Now we're just going to actively reach those elbows towards the front and the back of our mat. Bend in the knee. Begin to reach those fingers towards the front and the back of the mat. Take the gaze to that first finger and maybe your favorite finger. Just breathing. Making each breath count. Making each moment exquisite. Straighten in the front leg. Begin to reach those right fingers towards the front of the room. Take the left hip and press it towards the back. Reach, reach, reach. Activate in the core. Find length in your torso. Reach. Good. Reach some more. Some more. Press those right ribs towards the left side of your mat. Slowly rotate your hands down to the inside of the shin or the thigh. What feels good to you? Open up the body. Lift up. Maybe take that gaze to that left hand. If this feels bad in your neck, maybe take your gaze to the ground. Bend in the knee. Drop the right elbow to the left thigh or the right thigh. Begin to scoop the sand. So scoop that left hand down and then up to frame your ears, opening up the side body here. Breathing. Make sure that bottom elbow, that right elbow is at a hover here. Good. Activating the core. Maybe reach that right hand towards the left side of the room. Reach the right hand to frame your ears. Rise up. Press the palms back down to your warrior two. Place the left hand on the left thigh and begin to turn the right palm over to face the ceiling and begin to reach that right hand towards the back of the room, opening up. Good. Cartwheel your hands down to frame the right foot. Step the right foot back to meet the left. Shift forward, lower down chaturanga. Press up, upward facing dog. Press back, downward facing dog. Find your breath. You need 3 of them. Take it. You need 5. Okay. I need water. This is hard work, guys. Allow the left foot to rise up. Allow the left foot to step through in between your hands. When you're ready, begin to sweep your arms up to frame your ears, coming into your high crescent lunge. Allow the palms to touch. Take your hands down to heart center and slowly begin to twist your body towards the left side of the room. Good. You can drop the right elbow to the left thigh, opening up the chest here, taking that gaze over, breathing. Slowly rising up, slowly unwinding. Straighten the front leg. Step the right foot forward. Sweep your hands up. Exhale, hinge at the waist, fold forward. Shift that left cheek towards the back of the room. Relax in the head and the neck. Hinge at the waist and just hang. Good. Really focus on not hyperextending that knee. So maybe you want to press into that left heel and internally press that left heel towards the back of the room to release some of the tension from that knee. Bend in the front knee and begin to sweep your arms up to frame your ears. Maybe step the right foot back another inch. Readjusting for your warrior one. I'm going to shift my view so you can see better, so you're not watching my butt. So I'm just going to turn around. Good. Take your hands to your hips. Begin to turn all 10 toes towards the front. Find your breath. Begin to interlace your hands into a basket behind you, or grab your thumbs, or grab opposite elbows. Interlacing your hands, press your chest up towards the sky. Activate your core. What are those lower ribs doing? Can you bring them in towards your spine? Breathing. Exhale, fold forward, hinge at the waist. Now your hands can stay on your lower back, or they can begin to lift up towards the sky. Relaxing in your head and your neck. Shifting the weight into the balls of your feet. The best place to fall is at home, right? Unless you're me, that would suck right now. When you're ready, begin to shift your crown of your head towards the front of the room. Activate the core. Exhale all the air out of your body. Inhale, rise up. Breathing. Good. Pigeon the right toes in, or shift that right heel towards the back of your mat. Turn your left toes towards the front of your mat. So you're just going to line up the heel of the left foot all the way over with the arch of the right. Good. Bending in the knee. Opening up the hips here. Opening up the shoulders here. Palms begin to touch. Elbows splay out as palms begin to reach towards the bottom, or towards the mat. Activate the core, lift the lower belly, bend in the front knee, open up. Good. Coming into your warrior two, take that gaze over the first finger and your middle finger. Press that left knee towards your pinky of your left foot. Look down. Can you see the big toe? That's good stuff. Straighten the front leg. Shift the right hip towards the back of the mat. Reach the left hand towards the front. Activate the core. Find length. Good. Length, length, length. And then slowly propel the hands down to the inside of the shin, the thigh, maybe the floor. Not focused on how far you can go as much as how long the torso can be, and can we twist those right ribs towards the left side of the mat, opening up, activating. Press the tailbone down towards the mat. Breathe. Bend in the left knee. Drop the right elbow to the left thigh. Scoop the right hand down. And then all the way up and over to frame your ear. Good. Hover the left elbow. Good. Activate the torso. Maybe look up towards that right elbow. But maybe you hover that left elbow and reach the left hand towards the front of the room. Maybe take the left and the right to frame the ears. Rising up, pressing the palms down, warrior two. Right hand takes lands on the right thigh. Left hand, left palm flips over. Reach the left hand towards the back of the room. Reverse your warrior. Hands begin to frame the left foot. Step the left foot back to meet the right. Vinyasa here if you choose. This is your last one. Press back to downward facing dog. Find stillness. Find your breath. Inhale through the nose. Open your mouth and let it all out. Inhale through the nose. Cross your eyes, stick out your tongue, let it all out. Awesome. Soften your knees. Look forward. You can step, you can walk, you can float to the top of your mat. Once you get there, find your half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Sweep your arms out, up, overhead, lift up, look up. Allow your palms to touch. Hands drag down to heart center. And then down by your side. Good. Let's play with our balance a little bit here. So, if you're on carpet like me, your balance is going to be a little wonky. Your practice may feel a little more difficult than when you play at the studio. Good. So maybe you want to step off your mat to find a little more balance here. In my case, I want to keep me on camera so you can see. So we're just going to start with our tree pose. Take your hands to your hips, anchor your tailbone down towards the mat. We're going to begin to turn our right toes towards the right side of the room. Press into the ball of the right foot and drop the right heel onto the right ankle or left ankle. Good. Open up the hips. So press that right knee towards the wall behind you. Good. Maybe slide that foot up your shin. Good. You can take your hands to heart center here. If you feel good here, stay. If not, you can take that right foot to the inside of the left thigh. Good. Stay here at heart center, or you can grow your hands down for grounding or up for energy. Good. Your yoga today and every day. If you want to play with your balance, you can begin to take your gaze up towards the ceiling or allow your eyes to close. Begin to take the right knee towards the front of the room. Good. Straighten in the right leg. Press the right foot towards the front of the room. Lift up another inch. Breathing. Maybe take your hands up to frame your ears. Good. Bend in the knee. Take your hands to heart center and slowly lower down. Maybe roll the ankle out. And switch sides. Allow your left toes to turn towards the left side of the mat. Press into the ball of the left foot and drop the left heel on the right ankle. Stay here, or you can begin to slide your feet up to your shin, skipping the knee, pressing the left knee towards the back of the room. You can keep your hands to heart center. Maybe come to a fuller expression of this pose by taking that right or left foot to the inside of the right thigh. You can grow your branches down for grounding, which is what I need today. What do you need today? Or up for energy? Slowly begin to take that left knee towards the front of the room. Straighten the left leg. Press the left foot towards the wall in front of you. Good. See my foot? Good. Lift another inch. Bend the knee. Lower down. Roll out the ankles. Finding your balance. Finding your breath. Breathing. Coming back to the top of your mat. Good. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale, fold into your legs. Find your half lift. Plant your hands. Step back into your high plank. We're going to lower all the way down to the mat for a count of 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm done. Lower all the way down. Allow your hands to rest down by your side. Take a moment. Find your breath. Just breathe. Slowly roll your forehead down to the mat. Press the palms of your hands into the mat. Activate the legs. Press the toes towards the back of the room. Press the crown of the head towards the front of the room. And then slowly lift your chest and your head up off the mat for your inhale. Exhale, lower back down. Inhale, lift your chest and your fingers and your head. Exhale, lower back down. Inhale, lift chest, fingers, hands, toes, head. Find your breath. Stay here. Just be. For 3, for 2, for 1. Slowly lower back down. Place your hands underneath of your shoulders. Shift your hips side to side. Press into your knees and begin to lift your torso off the mat, shifting your hips from side to side. Press into your knees, come into your table. Still shifting. All the way back to your child's pose. Drop your forehead down to the mat. Oh. Take 5 breaths here. Slowly walk your hands towards your knees. Press into your hands. Press your shoulder blades up towards the sky. Take your chin in towards your chest and begin to rise up. Reach your shoulders up towards your ears. Open up the chest. Maybe do that a couple of times. Shoulders up towards your ears. Open up the chest. Lower those shoulder blades down your back. Draw big circles here. Maybe your neck wants some love. Shifting side to side. Dropping the right ear to the right shoulder. Dropping the chin to center. And then rolling over to the left ear, left shoulder. Maybe shifting side to side here. coming back to center. Taking your gaze to the front of your mat. Shifting one cheek, the bottommost ones this time, to the mat. Begin to reach your feet towards the front of the room and scoot your bum towards the center of your mat. Shift our fingers towards the front of the room. Open up the chest here, and then we're just going to shift back an inch. Stopping where we started with our boat pose. Good, shifting back another inch. Opening up the chest. Reach the right toes towards the front of the room. Bend in the knee or straighten it, your choice. Good. Reach the left toes. Shift back another inch. Good. Opening up, reaching the toes towards the front of the mat, reaching the crown of the head towards the back, and then slowly lowering down. Breathing. Bring your knees into your chest. Give your body a big hug. Maybe it feels good to rock side to side here. Maybe your body needs stillness. Drop your feet down to the mat. Take the right foot and cross it over the left thigh, but flex in that right foot. Take your right hand and press that right knee towards the bottom of your mat. Opening up the hips. If this feels good to you, stay here and enjoy this stretch. If you need a bit more, you can begin to interlace your hands underneath of your thigh here or your shin, around your shin, to give your body a big stretch. You can find stillness here, or maybe your stretch needs a little bit more fluid, more water here, and you want to shift side to side. Good. Keep your legs the way they are, but release your hands. Begin to cross your right thigh over your left. So squeezing one thigh towards each other. And we're just going to grab opposite ankles. So we're going to grab our right hand to our left ankle and our left hand to our right. Pull the ankles towards you. Press them out towards opposite sides of the room. And then maybe press up. Rock side to side. You should feel this in your IT band. That's that band that goes all the way down the cheek, the bottom cheek, all the way down the outside of the thigh. Good. Take a couple more breaths here. Keep your legs the way they are. If you choose, open up to a T. We're going to shift our knees towards the left side of the room to stretch out the right side body first. Just slowly shifting the knees towards the left side. Stretching out the right side body. Good. If this feels awful in the twist, you can take the knees and unwind if that feels better to you. If that right shoulder is popping up, take the left shoulder, lift it up, and move it over an inch. Open up the chest. Slowly coming back to center, unwinding, squeezing the knees in towards the chest. And then we're just going to plant the feet back down to the mat. Begin to lift the left foot up the mat. Take that left foot over your right thigh, flex in the left foot. Good. Take your left hand, press it towards your left knee, your left thigh, and press the left thigh away from the body. Good. If this feels good and you feel a stretch in those hips, and that's enough, let it be enough. If you want a bit more, interlace the hands underneath the thigh or shin. Good. Stay here, be still, or rock side to side. Good. Keep your legs the way they are, but release the hands. Cross the left thigh over the right. Squeeze them towards each other. Grab opposite ankle. So the right hand's going to grab the left hand's going to grab the right. Pull the feet out towards the outsides of the mat, and then maybe lift them up an inch. You choose whether you want stillness here or you choose to rock side to side. Taking your hands out to a T. We're just going to slowly shift those knees towards the right side of the room. Maybe press into the hips and shift the hips towards the left first, and then shift them over. But opening up. Adjusting that right shoulder over towards the right another inch to allow the left shoulder to rest onto the mat, opening up the chest. Feeling that air enter and leave the left side body. Releasing, unwinding, bringing your knees into your chest, giving your body a big hug. Good. Taking whatever final stretches you may need or want to find your way to your final resting pose, your Shavasana. So maybe you want a happy baby here. Maybe you want to grab the outsides of your feet, bring your knees in towards your armpits or the backs of your thighs here. Feel good. You can find stillness or maybe rocking side to side feels good to you. Good. When you're ready, release your heels down to the mat. Feel your heels sink into the mat. Allow your toes to rest out to the outsides of your mat. Allow your eyes to close. Feel the ankles. Feel the tension release from the shins. Feel the tension release from the calves. Begin to soften in your kneecaps. Allow the tension to release from your thighs, your hips. Feel the belly rise and fall with the breath. Allowing the tension to release from your core. Feel your chest expand and shrink. Allow your thumbs to open out to the outsides of your mat, opening up your collarbone, relaxing in your chest, your shoulders, all the way down to your fingers. Allow your throat to soften with a neck swallow. Feel your lips part as your tongue begins to fall away from the roof of your mouth. Keeping your eyes closed as you take that internal gaze to that space right in between your eyebrows. Feeling your face relax. Allowing your whole body to relax. Time. It's a gift. A moment. And then it's gone. Be grateful for the 24 hours that are before you every day. Don't try to change it. Be in this moment. Don't try to fast forward it. Enjoy the moment. Don't worry about the outcome. Love this moment. Begin to deepen your breathing. Wiggling your fingers. Wiggling your toes. Maybe rolling your ankles and your wrist. Maybe reaching your fingers towards the back of the room and your toes towards the front of the room, giving a full body stretch here. And maybe you want to plant your feet onto the mat or give your body a big hug, shifting your knees from side to side until you slowly roll off to your right side. Taking a moment just to notice. Enjoying these final moments. Begin to press into your left hand and find your way back to a comfortable seat. Allow your eyes to close and take your hands to heart center. When tomorrow comes, today will be gone forever. While it's here, live each moment to the fullest. Here's to living life to the fullest with you. Thank you for practicing with me. Namaste.